Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of History Buff 41. We are here today looking at a U.S. Air Force recruiting poster. Recruiting posters go back a very long way in the U.S. military, clear back to the Revolutionary War. Probably the most famous one is Uncle Sam, a creation from, in the United States at least, from World War I that was to drive recruiting. The idea was in Britain, they had the king, and in the United States, we really didn't have a someone that everyone was kind of a symbol of the country outside of the president. So they created the fictitious Uncle Sam with the famous "We Want You" U.S. Army recruiting poster. This poster, however, is somewhat newer for the U.S. Air Force. So that tells me one thing right off of the bat. In addition to it being the U.S. Air Force and also the uniforms, is that this was made sometime after 1948. In 1948, the U.S. Air Force was created. Previously, it had been the U.S. Army Air Corps, and then right after the start of World War II, they started calling it the U.S. Army Air Force. But as we can see, this is a pretty colorful video. We got blue and we got yellow colors, bright, eye-catching colors, and then on kind of a white border. And if we flip this over, you can see on the back it's yellowed. It's with A's and a little brown around the back of it there. We can see just a little bit of the print actually coming through here where it says "We Belong" on the back side. And then if we look down here toward the bottom, we see some details, maker's marks. That's, well, not necessarily maker's marks, but stamps and signatures and that sort of thing. So let's zoom in here a little bit closer and look at the bottom of this flyer. And if we look a little bit closer, it says here on the left, painted by John Gannum. So there's our artist. And then on the right, and it's pretty small and it's not coming through real clear on the video, but it says PC 177 RPB 1-25-51-30M, and then there's like a little union bug there. And so basically what that's telling us, the first code's the PC 177, what have you, that's probably a code for the printing office. And then the 12551 is going to be the date that it was printed or put into production, and that's going to be January 25th of 1951. So we are looking about 6 months prior to the Korean War and about 3 years, 2.5, 3 years after the formal creation of the United States Air Force. And then if we look here in the center, it says 2322nd ASU, U.S. Army and U.S. Air Force Recruiting Station, Post Office Building, 500 High Street in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. And so that's likely the area where the poster, where the local recruiting station was at for that region. So that's kind of that on the recruiting poster. This is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse. I don't generally focus on these sort of things, but and I'm sure as you noticed, kind of around the edges, there was a little browning, little foxing around the edge of the poster. So there's not really anything we can do about that now, but I will be looking into shortly some acid-free paper and make sure to get it from a quality historical supplier, historical document, historical preservation supplier, and not Walmart or Dollar General or something of that nature. There's really no, one thing I learned a couple years ago is that there's really no I don't want you to say oversight as to what is considered acid-free. There's no regulating body, and so essentially, your local, grocery, clothing, and home goods store, combination home goods store, could sell, some stack of paper that's marketed as acid-free when really it's not, and it could have chemicals and stuff in it that would, damage your paper object. So we'll do an article about that later on some other time. But for now, that's it for this episode. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will share with you, I have a new goal for our channel, History Buff 41. I started this last year around Thanksgiving time, so we're nearing in on the 1 year mark. And currently, we have 16 subscribers to our channel. And it's September 12th, I believe. And I would love it if we could get 4 more subscribers by the end of the month and bring our number up to an even 20. So if y'all can help me out there, that would be greatly appreciated. So again, thanks for watching, and be sure to like, share, and most definitely subscribe. See you next time.